Welcome. This is Tamiko from Let Go Dash Be Great, and I am so excited that you are here. I said that today for World Read Aloud Day, I want to do this. So, for the past 4 years, we have been doing National World Read Aloud Day with Lit World and also a self published author whose name is Judy Campbell Smith. And every year I get on to share my stories and I get in front of schools, in front of businesses, in front of different leaders who are just like Tamiko. We want our audience to hear how these main characters had to let go of something in order to get to great. And for the first time ever this year, I said that instead of just doing it to those schools, instead of just doing it to those businesses or those groups, I wanted to open it up to share with you. So, whoever joins in during this time, I welcome you into the space. Whoever is here, I am so grateful for you being in community and being here. And whoever sees this after this is posted, I want to welcome you back at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time to hear another story that was voted by our Instagram audience on which story they wanted to hear. And when I looked at my Instagram, especially this morning after I posted it, I received tons of responses on which ones they would like to hear. And on that, we got, people saying the What Color Suits You July story. Someone said, it's hard, Ma. You have to do it. Also, Joyce, there's power in your voice. And also, the other is on our Black History Journal. So, I want to give you an overview before I actually start on how these stories actually got formed. And they were formed over the COVID-19 pandemic, where myself and my teens were just sitting around, just thinking of things to do. And one of my teens always writes, but never finishes their work. And one thing I know I said on that day was, I'm tired of you not finishing something that you started. And also, I told them that I wanted to encourage her to continue to write. And on that day, I said that whoever finishes their work will, after this pandemic, whoever finishes that writing that they have said that they would do after this pandemic, we would take them out. We would have to do all of their chores, all of that. And on that day, I said that I would also write too. And out of that writing, for me being still, they ended up finishing their book that they wanted to put out here. And out of me came 9 short stories. And two of those short stories are published. A lot of them are digital. So those things are actually visible too, especially on World Read Aloud Day. I pull those out of the back office and bring them in front of our students and our youth. And today, I wanted to open it up for you to hear too. So on my Instagram, my Let Go Be Great Instagram feed, the most requested story to read at this 9:15 a.m. hour is actually our Joyce, There's Power in Your Voice. And this story, I didn't know as I wrote it what the benefit would be and why these things were coming out of me until I started to read it to multiple people. And a lot of people that I read it to could see themselves in Joyce. They could see themselves in this main character, or they could see others who did some of the things that happen in this story with parts of their lives. And so, as I read an excerpt from this book aloud, I want you to think, what are the things that resonate in here with you? What are the things that you may have come across in your life that is also similar to Joyce's? What are the things that speak to your spirit, especially right now, in terms of what it is that you could do if you ever came across a Joyce or you've been a Joyce? What could you do now to uplift, to advocate, to encourage this particular person? So we're going to get started. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Definitely in the chats or whichever that we come up with, and love to hear just what you think about this story. So welcome to National World Read Aloud Day, and welcome to the reading of this story, Joyce, There's Power in Your Voice. So Joyce Shepherd was that one girl who sat in the back of the classroom, always watching, always noticing, always smiling, always being that good old quiet girl. She would raise her hands after tons were raised, hoping not to get called on, but always knowing the answer. Don't call on me. Don't call on me. Don't call on me, she said in her head. She would walk in the straight line, following one after the other, with hands up to her mouth, although she really wanted to shout to the top of her lungs, "Can we be out of order?" She would listen to teacher after teacher saying, "Do as I say," but never did they ask her if her viewpoint was different. She sat there, holding everything in, only speaking when she could put pen to paper in her 15th journal. Quiet at the dinner table, quiet at the grocery store, quiet at the church house, quiet at the gym. She sat silent, 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 silent. One day, after her elementary school years were over, she decided to write. Write about the things she had seen throughout her elementary school years. Write about the times where she could have spoken up and didn't. Write about the time she let an opportunity pass because she didn't feel qualified enough to apply. Write about the time she had to scrounge to make ends meet for her family. Write about the time she couldn't stop laughing. Write about the time she had unprecedented favor. Write about the time she helped so many move from where they were to where they could be. She began to write, write, write until her pen grew lighter than when it started. And it also says, "I have so much to share." That's what she thought. When she looked at all she wrote, she couldn't help but smile. She couldn't help but cry. All the things that were bottled inside her were enveloped with those white sheets of paper that saw no color other than the one by the pen written, saw no imperfections other than what was shared, saw nonstop memories of all the things that got her to this point in her life. She saw, and then she shared, and then she heard. Joyce, Joyce, use your voice. And I'm going to stop here because I want to go back to what I shared at the beginning of our time together. What I shared was, have you had moments like Joyce? Put those in the comments. Have you seen moments like those experienced in this story from individuals who may fit the Joyce model or this Joyce character? So, have you been Joyce, or have you seen individuals similar in your, in your eyesight, in your community, in your neighborhood that have experienced things like Joyce? I want you to put that in the comments. And if it is that you have, what are the things that you have done to be Joyce's advocate in your community? Or what are the ways that you would want things to be done to be Joyce's advocate so that her voice is not silent and that her voice continues to be vocal, as you saw in parts of the story that I just shared with you? What are those ways? Put it in the comments. I can't wait to see it after this live. And the next thing, because this month that I'm reading it in is Black History Month, I feel like this month is one of liberation, of advocacy, of strength, of resilience. There were moments in here of advocacy, of strength, and resilience that Joyce actually exemplified. And today, on this February 4th, World Read Aloud Day, my question to you is, how can you become vocal on those things and not harness your voice? Because just like Joyce, we all have a story to tell. Just like Joyce, we all have the capability to write a new story, a new narrative. Just like Joyce, we have the ability to say, no, no more will I be silent on these things. We have that ability. And I don't know if you noticed, but in every single story, in every single book that I've written, you'll see different punctuation marks. And this one, you'll see the ellipses. And the ellipses for me and my company, especially working with leaders in our mission driven organizations, our for profits and nonprofits, is that sometimes, like Joyce, they're in a waiting period to see who is going to change the dynamic, who is going to make the difference to change. There is a waiting period in each of our lives where we have to make a choice as to whether or not we're going to continue to wait or whether or not we're going to continue to move. And on today, on this World Read Aloud Day, during this Black History Month, what are the things that you are waiting in so that you can get to the next level, just like Joyce did, and start with movement? And one of the things I know I'm committed to do, whether it's a student, whether it is an adult, whether it is a team, is to ensure that we go through our dash moments so that we can get to great regardless of how long we waited to get there. And I hope this book gave you some inspiration today to keep moving, to utilize your voice, to continue to make a stance in this world, especially right now, and a stance that you are going to speak up. You are going to find your crew to continue to keep you on this moment so that you can be your best advocate or advocate for someone else who is trying to get their voice heard too. I hope that this World Read Aloud Day moment was beneficial for you. I hope that this World Read Aloud moment was beneficial for your team, your organization, your community, or your network. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your reactions. Let me know your things that you resonated with from this World Read Aloud moments on Let Go Dash Be Great. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time today. Uh, and I'm just grateful for this moment to have with you to just share this portion of something that came out of me at such the right time. And the portion of this moment to be in your face right now at this time. And if you want to find out more, please go to letgo-begreat.com and look at our Be Great products. You'll see this one and tons that we have created to encourage, inspire, to keep the moment and the momentum going for anybody who needs to see or experience any through moments in their lives to get to great. Have a great day on purpose. This is Tamiko signing off and see you at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.